What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jesse Azevedo here. I'm here with WWE Extreme Rules Review 2016. It was a fairly good pay-per-view, I must say. I'm just going to go down real quick. The first match was during the pre-show. It was Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler in a no disqualification match. Very good match. As I predicted, Baron Corbin was very dominant, and he used a no DQ to his advantage, and ended up giving Dolph Ziggler a low blow to basically defeat Ziggler in the match, which allowed Baron Corbin to win. So we get on to the actual pay-per-view. First match of the night was Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, aka The Club, versus the Usos, aka The Bloodline. Stupidest name ever. In a tornado tag team match. Essentially, what a tornado tag team match, if you didn't know, it is a tag team match where you don't actually have to tag in anyone. You're both in at the same time. Anyway, very good match. Very good, Gallows and Anderson were, dominant, very dominant powerhouse, especially Gallows. That guy is a monster. He could literally destroy both Usos on his own, I would think. Usos were themselves their usual 1,000 super kicks, a splash, this, that, and the other thing, At the end of the day, Luke Gallows and Anderson won the match, and it was actually a clean win. So that was a good one. Next up, Rusev. He faced off against Kalisto for the United States Championship. It was alright. Kalisto, he's very athletic. I'm very impressed by him, but like I said in my predictions, I don't like him as the United States Champion because I feel like he should be a heavier weight class. I don't know, it's just like an old school mentality, like you had to be a certain weight class to win certain belts. I don't know, I feel like if there was a Cruiserweight Championship, Kalisto would be perfect, but anyway, Rusev, despite Kalisto being very athletic and doing very impressive moves as usual, Rusev was dominant. He literally crushed Kalisto with the Accolade. The Accolade, he legitimately bent Kalisto in half, causing him to immediately tap out after he was thrown on the apron on the LED screen side and supposedly injured or caused Kalisto to not be able to move. Anyway, Kalisto tapped out to the Accolade, and Rusev is your new United States Champion. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship match between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, The Miz, and Cesaro. As I promised and as I predicted, it was going to be the match of the night. In my eyes, it was the match of the night. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. A lot of wows and oohs, and man, I can't believe that happened. And great match. Cesaro, awesome, phenomenal. Owens, beast as always. Zayn did awesome. The Miz did okay. I really don't care for The Miz, but at the end of the day, The Miz retained his title, which I'm kind of disappointed in. I wanted Kevin Owens to win, but what can you do? Can't get what you want. Next up, we have Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho in the Asylum match. Man, oh man, everything I wanted to happen in this match happened, and I'm glad. They used every weapon hanging from the Asylum. If you don't know what the Asylum was, if you missed it, it's a cage match, basically, but you don't escape it. You can't win by escaping. You can only win by pinfall submission. But there's a catch. On top of the cage, there's multiple weapons hanging, which consisted of a mop, a bucket, straitjacket, barbed wire, baseball bat, or piece of wood, or whatever, kendo stick, a potted plant, which they didn't even use. Just various weapons. Nunchucks I saw up there. So, they legitimately pulled down every weapon and used it, including using the cage walls, and very, very, very good hardcore type match. Classic. That's definitely a match in the making. That's going to be one to remember, I think. I know I said the Intercontinental Championship match was the match of the night, and it was, but this was very, 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 very close second. Like, this much away from taking the match of the night for me. And there's another match that is almost as equivalent, which I'll get to after. During the match, Dean Ambrose went up and climbed and grabbed the mop bucket, which was hanging from up there. He took the lid off and pulled out a black bag, which was filled with thumbtacks. He dumped the thumbtacks, and man, they did a really good job at teasing those thumbtacks. Like, who's going to slam who? For a good 10 minutes, they did that. But it ended up, Dean Ambrose gave Jericho a spine buster right into the thumbtacks, and man, Jericho was pouring blood out of every pore that those thumbtacks poked in his flesh. It was great. I wanted blood in this match, and I got blood, and I'm very happy. What a great match. This will be on a DVD one day. It's going to be as one of the greatest extreme matches in WWE in recent times. Dean Ambrose ended up winning by giving the Dirty Deeds into thumbtacks, and that was the end of the match. As you can see here, I have a picture of Jericho. He's like crawling on the floor screaming. That is right after the match ended. The refs were trying to help him out, but, you know. We then have the WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Day, defending their titles against the Vaudevillains. New Day, entertaining as always, entertained the crowd right before the match, at the beginning. And the Vaudevillains, they did pretty well. I don't really care for them. Their gimmick to me is terrible. I'm not into the whole Wright Brothers old-timey deal, like I said in my predictions. But the New Day, who actually was Big E and Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston was on the outside. It ended up Kofi Kingston, when the ref wasn't looking, he kicked one of the Vaudevillains in the head, allowing Xavier Woods to do his finishing move. I don't even know the name of it. It's like this kick to the head or something. And New Day retains their titles. And then we have the main event of the evening. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns defends his title against AJ Styles in an Extreme Rules match. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, Roman Reigns was carried by AJ Styles throughout the entire match. I must admit, Roman Reigns had some pretty good spots where he threw AJ through this table not once, but twice. But throughout the match, AJ Styles carried the man, did everything he could possibly do to make Roman Reigns look like a big man, like they're trying to portray. And as usual, the fans booed the shit out of him, because nobody likes Roman Reigns. You could clearly hear people saying Roman sucks. It's just not good. During the match, the club got involved and decimated Roman Reigns and the Usos. And there were spots where AJ Styles, you would thought he was going to win, but, you know, Roman Reigns pulls out his John Cena powers from the beyond and kicks out at everything. So AJ Styles got fed up and beat the living hell out of Roman, the Usos, with a steel chair for quite some time. And then he went for the Phenomenal Forearm, and then poof, out of nowhere, Roman Reigns does a spear and retains his title for a 3 count. After the match, during the celebration, another thing I predicted would happen, happened, and I'm glad it did, because now the title picture is going to be interesting. Seth Rollins returned I just did a video on it. It's posted up. He's returned. He attacked Roman Reigns, gave him a pedigree right in the middle of the ring, and then held up the title. Because, you know, quite frankly, Seth Rollins, he had to give up the title. He never truly lost it in a match. So, I look forward to seeing Rollins and Reigns, and hopefully AJ Styles stays in the picture. Make it a triple threat match. It'll be very, very awesome. Seth Rollins and AJ Styles in a match together is going to be amazing. Roman Reigns is carried a lot. He's going to be carried even further if he's facing these two in a match. That's all I have to say. So that is my review of Extreme Rules. I give this pay-per-view a 7 out of 10. My only gripes about this were the Intercontinental Championship match. It was the match of the night, but the person I wanted to win didn't win. Oh, I forgot to say the Women's Championship match. My bad. Charlotte retained thanks to Dana Brooke interfering. But that match, it wasn't a mediocre match. It wasn't that great. And that's part of the reason why it's 7 out of 10. Because, you know, another weird ending to the Women's Championship match. That kind of didn't make sense. Like, who's Dana Brooke? I know she's in NXT, but, like, what is her affiliation with the Flayers all of a sudden? Like, she's all buddy-buddy on Ric Flair, giving him hugs and doing the strut and everything with him. Like, all of a sudden, who is this woman? I wish the United States title match wouldn't have been so late in the show. I wish it was the first match, and I wish the pre-show match was actually on the show and have something else on the pre-show, because it was a good match. But that's 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5 out of 10. But yeah, that's my review of WWE Extreme Rules 2016. Thank you for watching. I just want to give you a heads up. Like I said before, I'm only doing reviews and reactions and stuff for the pay-per-views. Next pay-per-view is on June 19th, which is Father's Day. I will not be around. I will be on my way to vacation, so I will not be doing a live reaction or a review. However, I will do other stuff leading up to it and a prediction, probably. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, please like it, and I will return the favor for you, and I promise this. Follow me on Twitter at JesseJames2005. And you all have a fantastic evening, and I will see you next time with another video.